Daisy sits alone beneath a thick, her tiny infant pressed against her chest. She has just finished eating a mango. A thin trail of milk left over from nursing still glistens on the ground beside her. She looks down at it, then at her baby, then out at the distant group. There is no one nearby. The forest is quiet, except for the soft rustle of leaves. Daisy does not move. She simply waits. Little Dimitri, Daisy's infant, has been asleep for a long while. In sleep, he is pure innocence curled tightly, one arm hugging his own round belly, the other wrapped around his head. Nearby, another young monkey tries to nuzzle up to Daisy, seeking milk that is not his. Daisy gently turns away. She saves every drop for her own. Dimitri's breathing is slow, rhythmic, peaceful. For now, this is his whole world. For Daisy, though rest does not come easily, her body is tired heavy with age and duty. She longs to close her eyes completely, to let the warm afternoon carry her into sleep. But she cannot, not yet. A mother's great duty is not heroic in the way humans imagine. It is quiet, relentless, invisible. Daisy stays awake so that Dimitri does not have to. That is her love. We add a small offering peanuts near Daisy, a humble gift, so she might sit and eat without moving too far from her sleeping infant. For a moment, she reaches for one. Then she stops. Several younger members of the group have crept closer, eyes fixed on the peanuts. They want to approach. They need the food. But they are afraid of Daisy not because she is cruel, but because she is an elder, and in her weariness she carries a quiet authority. They hover at the edge of respect, and Daisy watches them without invitation. Little Dmitri sleeps on nursing even in his dreams. Daisy dares not move. To shift her body would be to wake him, and to wake him would be to interrupt the only gift she can give him, now rest. So she stays perfectly still. Only her eyelids move, closing for a heartbeat, then opening again. These brief moments are her only rest. A mother's nap, stolen in fragments, shared with no one. After a long, patient wait, after Dmitri has finally drunk his fill and stirred only slightly, Daisy rises. She moves slowly, carefully, toward the main group. Her children and grandchildren are scattered nearby, some resting, some playing, some grooming one another in small, warm clusters. Daisy does not rush. She approaches like a quiet river returning to the sea. Daisy arrives at the edge of the group. She sees April, her firstborn, sitting with her own children and grandchildren. Daisy walks closer and settles down beside April. She does not demand attention. She simply sits, hoping. But April does not turn. Neither do the grandchildren. They do not groom Daisy. They do not lean toward her. They simply continue nursing their own little ones, as if Daisy were a stranger or a shadow. Their silence is not cruel. It is worse. It is ordinary. Even so, Daisy does not leave. She sits among them unwelcomed, unnoticed, and looks at her daughter, her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren. Her eyes are soft, deep. There is no anger in them, only a quiet, enduring love. She is a mother watching her child be a mother. She is a grandmother watching her legacy continue, even if it no longer includes her. That is enough. almost. Daisy closes her eyes, not because she is truly at peace, but because she has decided to pretend. She is surrounded by her family. She is not alone. That is what she tells herself. And so she rests not warmly, not fully, but enough. Enough to keep going. April is the queen of this group. Strong, influential, respected. She has no enemies and few burdens. But she does not look at her mother. She does not groom Daisy's aging body, does not pick the parasites from her fur, does not offer the small, gentle touches that mean everything in monkey society. April cares only for her own children and grandchildren. The chain has been broken, not out of hatred, out of neglect. And neglect, in the end, may be the quieter cruelty. After a long while, Daisy opens her eyes. She looks around. No one has moved closer. No one has touched her. She rises slowly, walks to the edge of a small and settles on a fallen log. The group is on the other side, separated by only a few meters of water. But those few meters might as well be a lifetime. Daisy sits alone again, watching her family from a distance. A short time later, the group moves. They drift toward another resting spot. Daisy follows, not close, not far. She carries Dimitri up onto a large flat rock and settles there, apart from the others. Here, she can rest without being rejected. Here, her infant can nurse in peace. She has learned to give herself what her family will not. Throughout the afternoon, Daisy shifts her position again and again, always a little closer to the group, never quite joining it. She moves from one fallen branch to another, one patch of shade to the next. She is following them, but she never crosses the invisible line into their circle. She waits to be invited. The invitation never comes. Little Dimitri sleeps on. He does not wake to play. He does not explore. He nurses, sleeps, nurses again. His body is growing strong, his legs thickening, his grip firming. Daisy knows what this means. Soon he will need to learn to live on his own. And so she gives him what he needs most now: uninterrupted sleep, uninterrupted milk, uninterrupted mother. This is his foundation. She will make it strong, even if no one helps her. Then Daisy sees her granddaughter Amaya sitting alone nearby. Amaya is not with the main group. She is resting quietly with her own tiny infant, Daisy's great-granddaughter. Daisy's eyes brighten, just a little. She moves quickly for her age, and settles beside Amaya. For a moment, she is not alone. Amaya is Daisy's favorite. The two share a quiet bond that April never offered. But Amaya has changed recently. Her belly is rounder, her movements are slower. She is pregnant again, or perhaps already nursing a new life beside the one she holds. When Amaya sits, she shifts with difficulty. Daisy watches her with deep, knowing eyes. She sees herself in Amaya, and she hopes, quietly, that Amaya will remember her grandmother when the weight of motherhood becomes heavy. At last, little Dmitri stirs. His eyes open. He blinks at the sunlight, at the world. He pulls away from Daisy's nipple, looks around, and reaches for a leaf. He is awake. He is curious. And Daisy, tired, patient, loving. Daisy lets him go just a little, just enough to learn. Dmitri is developing fast, faster than most infants his age. His mother is experienced, patient, and devoted. She gives him what he needs, when he needs it. No delays, no neglect. And so he is strong. He takes his first wobbly steps away from her side, reaches for a low branch, looks back at her. Daisy watches without moving. This is what success looks like. A child who does not need you yet, but knows you are there. After Dimitri has explored for a few minutes, Daisy rises. The group is moving again, drifting toward a new feeding ground. She follows, as she always does, not leading, not lagging, simply present. A quiet shadow at the edge of a family that no longer sees her. They arrive at a new place. Daisy settles on a low branch. Dimitri nurses again. And then, unexpectedly, Dakuta approaches a younger female with a daughter of her own. Dakuta does not fear Daisy. She sits beside her, leans in, and begins to groom Daisy's fur gently, carefully, picking away the small irritants that have gathered there. Daisy closes her eyes. This time she does not pretend. This time she truly rests, not from family, but from a kind stranger. And sometimes in the wild, that is enough.